I am live. I am live. All right now, nobody is watching me, which is very good. Because I am here because I'm putting my money where my mouth is. And I've decided to just randomly do this live on Substack. I haven't planned it, as in I have planned a little script, but I haven't actually sent an email out about it. I haven't told anybody I'm doing it. I am doing this live because I want to put my money where my mouth is. I am forever telling people that the way to get over your fear is just to start showing up. And as somebody who used to do videos a lot and used to show up on video a lot over the years as I've got a bit older, I have become a little shyer on doing this. And so I decided, sod it, I'm just going to start doing some lives on Substack. And I want to start doing them a bit more regularly. And I thought, right, I've just got to get on there because I keep telling other people you need to just show up. And you need to just get out there and make things happen. And if I'm telling other people to do that, then I need to do it too. So I'd just like to welcome Jodine. Hello. Hi, Cody. Hi, Todd. Thank you for joining me on this little live. Hello, Wanda. So what I'm talking about today is showing up before you're ready. Basically, just getting out there and starting to post, publish, do videos, do lives, get out there and just literally make things happen before you're ready to, because we're all a little bit scared and we're all a little bit fearful. And I don't think we actually need to be, because not as many people are watching us as we think. So if you've got any questions while I'm talking, please put them in the chat. I will be more than happy to answer them as I go through or at the end of this live. So basically, here is what I'm talking about today. I just said it as I came on live, but for those of you who just joined me, I am forever telling people that the way to get over your fear is to just start showing up. And so that's what we need to do. And that's why I'm doing these lives. And it is crazy that we get nervous about this stuff, because if you think about it, I'm currently sitting in a kitchen of a house that I am house sitting, talking to my laptop. Okay. And sure, there's a few of you watching this and you might think, oh, yeah, okay, that was interesting or not interesting or whatever you think, but it doesn't really matter because I'm just sitting in a kitchen talking to my laptop. And we get really fearful. And we get fearful of video, being on video, on lives. We get really fearful of posting our articles. We get fearful of putting stuff on social. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's our ego, or we think we're going to get judged, or we think we're going to get trolled, or people are going to say horrible things. I don't know. But the reason I wanted to come on live and talk about this today is because last week in my chat, in the 50 plus Nomad chat box, I asked a question. Sorry, not last week, Monday, this week. I asked a question and I said, what is holding you back from moving forward on your goals and dreams? And the answers that came back were all kind of different angles of the same thing, which were fear, uncertainty, lack of focus, lack of direction, not sure where to start, all of that sort of stuff. And I wanted to address that in this Substack about how do we just get beyond that and just get going. And when I started online back in 2010, when I started with Facebook all the way back when, I didn't know what I didn't know. I was completely new to the online world. I had no clue what I was doing. I had no strategy. So I just did. I was in forums chatting to people. I was on Facebook chatting to people. I jumped onto webinars. I just started to talk to people. I was learning stuff and I was sharing stuff, and I was learning more stuff and I was sharing stuff. And I didn't have an ego because I didn't know anything. So literally, as I learned something, I went on and I said, hey, I just learned this. Isn't this cool? And I was talking to people and I was making loads of videos. My husband reminded me the other day that this was back when you couldn't just upload a video to, I'm showing my age now. This was back when you couldn't just upload a video to YouTube and then embed it in a page or stuff like that. YouTube was around, but it wasn't quite as advanced as it is now. So recording videos, and I used to have this kind of flip camera, which had a little USB thing out of it. It was like, super advanced in the day. And I used to take questions off my Facebook page and make a video answer. I'd stand there in front of my camera and I'd answer those questions and I'd post them on Facebook. And I was just showing up every single day with kind of no fear, just making stuff happen. I mean, I was 16 years younger than I am now. But I was just doing stuff. And then all of a sudden now I don't know if it's our age, whether because we're older, because we've got more experience, because we've done a lot more in our life. Maybe we think we should be a bit further on than we are, or we should or at least look like we know a bit more than we do when we're doing stuff online. But that's simply not true, because we may know a lot about our particular area of expertise, but we might not know a lot about the platform that we're building to display that. So you could be the world's best expert at, I don't know, dog grooming, but you may not be the world's best expert on Substack or Facebook or Instagram. So on those platforms, you are essentially new, but you have this wealth of expertise in your industry of choice, right? And I think that's where the disconnect happens. So we know a lot and we kind of feel like we almost need to show that we know a lot because we're older and wiser, but we don't necessarily know a lot about Substack or Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or wherever that we want to start building our audience and showing our expertise. And I want to talk about how much stuff there is going online right now and why we need to be less fearful than we are. This live, as a great example, I've procrastinated on this all morning. It is 12:16. I am going to the hairdressers at 1:00. I've got to leave shortly, and I put my lippy on at 9:00 this morning because I said I'm going to do a live today. Yesterday morning I said I'm going to do a live, and I didn't. I took myself out of it. And this morning I said I'm going to do a live today, and at 9:00 I put my lippy on, and it's now 12:16. I've done every other job on my laptop today except jump on and do a live. And I said to myself, Joe, get on there and do a live. And I thought, oh no, I haven't practiced enough. I haven't gone through all my notes. And I thought, it doesn't matter. You get on there, you do that live. You just do it and then walk out that door and go to the hairdressers because you'll deserve it, because you'll be patting yourself on the back that you did the live. Yay. So here I am. And here's the ridiculous thing. And I looked up these stats this morning. Every single minute, 500 hours of video get uploaded to YouTube. Every single minute. That's 720,000 hours of videos a day. 720,000 hours of videos a day. Every minute, there's also something like 1.7 million Facebook posts, 695,000 Instagram stories. TikTok users are watching 167 million videos a minute. Substack now has millions of publications, and basically there is just so much happening online. There is so much noise happening online that nobody is going to see you. Nobody is going to. There are 13 of you. Thank you so much, everybody who's watching this live. I really appreciate you being here. I don't know. Are you asking questions? I don't know if I can even see the questions. I don't actually. Where do I see the questions? And this is why we do these things, because I've never done a live before, or I've done a live as a guest, but I've never done it on my own. And I can't actually see whether there are any questions or not. And as I do this in practice, then I'll be able to see whether people ask questions. So I do apologize if I'm not answering your questions, because all I can see is who's joined, but I can't see if anybody's actually commenting or answering any questions. So I'll have to practice. Oh, there you go, Pamela. Thank you. There you are. Oh, hey, thank you, guys. Yeah, I can see your questions. Hi from Michigan. Hi, Nance. Thank you so much. So that's how we get good at this stuff, because we get on there, we practice, we see what happens, and as we grow, we get better. So I want to actually give you an example of a chap that I spent. I don't know if you guys ever do this. I mean, this is like a crazy thing to do, right? Do you ever go to a creator who's doing really, really well right now and scroll to the very beginning of their feed? Have you ever done that? Where you look at somebody who's doing super well, they've got loads of followers, they've got loads of people, really good engagement, great videos, great content, and you want to see where they started. Does anybody do that? I do that. And I did it with a guy on Instagram, a British guy called Simon Squibb. Don't know if you've heard of him. He wrote a book, and the book is called What's Your Dream? And he's got something like 6 million followers on Instagram, 20 million followers across the internet. And I scrolled to the beginning of an Instagram feed. It took me ages because he's got so many videos. And it was such a great example of this. He started a few years ago walking. I don't know where he was walking every morning, but it was somewhere in the UK. It was rainy. It was horrible. He'd have his rain jacket on. He'd have a little microphone on and he'd talk for about 2 minutes. And they were awful. He'd come on and he'd go, "Hi guys, how you doing? Simon here. And, today I just wanted to talk about this." And it was really monotone and he'd just be talking as he was walking in the rain. And the videos were crap, right? Really, I mean, some half decent information on there, a bit of advice, but really, really rubbish videos. Now you go to his Instagram and he's got a video crew and he's giving out his book and he's giving people $5,000 here or $100 here or $1,000 there and his book and saying, "Come and live your dreams." And his videos are great and he's got millions and millions of followers. And this all started because he started doing these 2-minute videos every single day on Instagram. Now, nobody really, unless you're a complete nerd like me and you scroll all the way back to the beginning, nobody sees those beginning videos because they don't see him until he's reached this huge status. So we get all scared about showing up and coming online and posting our articles or doing our notes or coming on videos. And yet, so few people will ever see this video. If I keep doing lives now and I do them every day or 2 or 3 times a week or whatever, in 3 years, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years, I'll be an expert at these. There'll be super productions. I'll be great at questions. Everything will be scripted. I'll be brilliant at these lives. And that's what people will see. They won't see these early ones where I'm going, "Oh, I don't know if I can, answer the questions or anything." People won't see this. You guys have, and thank you very much for being here. But as we grow, people won't see these unless they scroll back and have a look. So we get really scared about doing this stuff. I was doing a coaching call last night and a lady said, "Look, I've got half written articles to publish on Substack, but I just haven't published them yet." I said, "Why?" She said, "I just need to get out of my own way." And I said, "Look," this was my advice to her last night. I said, "You may have a cadence of publishing on Substack where you only want to publish once a week. But if you've got 5 or 6 half-written articles, finish those articles and publish them all in the next couple of weeks, those first 6. Do 3 a week for the next 2 weeks. It doesn't have to be your forever cadence, but the quicker you can get out there, the quicker you can start publishing, the quicker you can flick open the live and go live, the quicker you can do it, the quicker you get over your fear. Because the worst thing that you think is going to happen never happens. It's all in your mind. I came onto this live and I thought, I'm going to gabble. I'm going to talk a total load of rubbish. I'm not going to know what I'm talking about. It's going to be really confusing. And it's, I've got a little Word doc here with my main points on it, but I'm pretty good at going off topic. And I thought it's all going to be terrible, but it hasn't been. It's not been awful. Thank you so much for being here with me, everybody. And I hope it's been okay. And our worst fears rarely happen. So the quicker that we can get over them and the quicker we can just show up and the quicker we can just make stuff happen and the quicker we can post our articles, post our notes, jump on videos, do the stuff, the quicker we're going to get over our fear and we're going to be able to start, creating ground with what it is we want to do. So that is my message today. I had an old mentor. His name was Jason Fladlin. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He is known as something like the $1 billion webinar man or something like that. One of those crazy old titles. But anyway, back in the day when he wasn't quite as big as he is now, he used to say to me all the time, "Joe, get it done, then get it right." That is that whole thing about imperfection. You got to get it done and then get it right. I think sometimes, I know for me as well, sometimes I feel like I have to have all my ducks in a row before I take action. I have to make sure that my article is right, my niche is right, my message is right, my audience is bang on. Everything I want to do has to be lined up. That's not how it works. We have to just get stuff done and then we can improve it as we go. And why do we have to do that? Because of exactly what I just said. 720,000 hours of video a day on YouTube, 1.7 million Facebook posts, 700 Instagram stories, 167 million videos a minute being watched on TikTok. If we don't just get going, we're never going to grow our audience. We're never going to build. If we spend our time overthinking it and trying to perfect everything. And the other reason why we don't want to do that is because we don't know exactly what's going to resonate with our audience yet. We can start with a niche and a topic and a subject and a general idea of what it is we actually want to grow. But until we get online, until we start creating our content, posting our articles, posting our notes, showing up, being visible, being there in public, we won't know exactly what it is our audience is looking for. And it's through those questions and it's through that feedback and it's through people clicking and liking and sharing and restacking and asking you questions that you start to realize which part of your topic or niche really resonates with your audience. And then you can start to double down on that. And that helps you to decide the exact direction you're going in. So if you're sat there thinking, but I don't know my exact direction, you need to just start showing up, because your audience, along with what you find you love to do, will start honing your direction. That's the other thing as well. I did a 30-day writing exercise a little while ago where I did it privately. And over that 30 days of just writing every day, it helped me to realize the things that I really enjoy writing about. Now I've started doing my writing publicly, and I'm noticing which of those topics and subjects do my audience really love. So we have to be prepared to just show up and be rubbish at the beginning. Yeah, we're not going to be perfect at the beginning. We're going to hone our skills as we grow and as we go. And one of my favorite quotes of all time is from Julia Cameron from The Artist's Way. And she says, in order to recover as an artist, you must be willing to be a bad artist. Give yourself permission to be a beginner. By willing to be a bad artist, you have a chance to be an artist, and perhaps over time, a very good one. You must be willing to be a bad artist. You have to give yourself permission to be a beginner. And then by practicing, you have the chance to be an artist and over time, a very good one. And I just want to leave you with this as well, because I saw this on Twitter the other day. Where is it? I've lost it. It is a quote from, hold on a second, I've completely lost it. Oh, there you go. My worst nightmare has come true and I've lost my quote. So I'm probably going to have to leave that one. But it was basically just a quote, something about this is hard and you just have to do it every day. And if you do it every day, it will become easier. But the trick is to do it every day. So if you have a little fear, if you have a little something that you're butting up against, try to practice that thing every day. And it will get easier as you go. So I hope that's been useful to you guys today. Cody's just asked, is the interface to do a live very straightforward? Let me tell you what I did, Cody. I literally went create, I clicked live, I added a little title, and I clicked live. And that was it. Here I am. So yeah, it was pretty straightforward. So that's it. And Stephen, yep, taking messy action. That is the key. And Pamela, who's a dance teacher, says, I tell my dance students that they have to go through ugly and funky to get to cool and sexy. Ugly and funky to get to cool and sexy. So I love it. That's brilliant. All right, guys, I've done it. Congratulations to me. Yay, me. I said I was going to do a live today. I procrastinated for 3 hours. Here I am. I've done the live. And I hope I will have the courage to carry on and do more. I'm just going to pop on and do them randomly. So if you see me pop up, I will just be coming on here and talking about whatever I think is an important topic that day. And I'd love to see you. So thanks very much for joining, guys. Have an amazing day. I'm off to the hairdressers. Thanks so much. See you. Bye-bye.